What's up, everybody? Brett Mix here, Macho Wrestling 101. Welcome to another edition of the Monday Night Wars. This is Monday Night Nitro on October the 23rd, 1995. This is the go-home show to Halloween Havoc. This is the 8th Nitro overall, but it's the 7th week they go at it. It's week 7. I won't make you wait for the ratings. After Nitro and Raw tied for 2 weeks straight, last week WWF beat Nitro in the ratings 2.6 to 2.2. Well, this week what happened? This Nitro, it's a 2.6 to 2.2 again, but for Nitro, so they just swapped the ratings. The 2.6 to 2.2 lead the WWF had in week 6 goes to Nitro in week 7. So this is the 2.6 rated Nitro that won. It's the go-home show to Halloween Havoc. Live on TNT from the Von Braun Civic Center in Huntsville, Alabama. Steve McMichael, Eric Bischoff, Bobby Heenan are the commentators. And this one gets going right away with the Macho Man Randy Savage taking on Kurosawa with Colonel Robert Parker. That's Tennessee Lee when he comes to the WWF, Colonel Robert Parker. He's the manager for Kurosawa, who's this big, agile Japanese wrestler. Kurosawa with hard chops and high kicks as he was in a ton of power early on to Savage. Desperate veterans moved by Savage to throw him onto the outside using his own weight for leverage as he charged towards Macho Man in the corner. Kurosawa comes back in and scoops up Savage with a vertical suplex. Macho kicks out. Kurosawa torques the bad arm of Savage. Macho kicks back, but the commentators put over how Kurosawa had dominated the entire match. But Savage misses a baseball slide under the bottom rope, and Savage kicks back to the ring post, buying himself some time. Kurosawa took the arm and then does an extended armbar on Macho Man. Macho knocks him down and then goes up top for the elbow and wins out of nowhere. So at 8:05, Savage gets the victory over Kurosawa after he dominated the entire match. I gave it 2 stars because Kurosawa was good in there with Macho Man. Some nice moves. Sullivan's Fear and Evil promo with Sullivan's father, some evil demonic character came out and started talking gibberish. And it basically was to just promote the Giant and Hogan for Halloween Havoc. Monster truck versus monster truck. Man versus man. Mean Gene then interviews Hulk Hogan all in black again with his thin yellow mustache that's very thin because the Dungeon of Doom took care of him. Stealing his identity. And Hulk Hogan says that this is going to turn him into a more darker Hogan. And Giant's not going to be able to put up with it. Next up, we got Eddie Guerrero and Mr. JL. It was supposed to be Eddie Guerrero and Alex Wright, but Alex Wright's nursing a leg injury. He comes out on crutches as the manager. So it's Eddie Guerrero and Mr. JL against Chris Benoit and Dean Malenko. So that sounds good. Get ready because this is going to be fast-paced, they say. Benoit with the arm bar. Eddie Guerrero with the single leg takedown, a leg vice. Benoit looks for any counter available. Eddie twists the arm and the elbow, converts it into a side headlock. Guerrero leapfrog by Benoit. Benoit leapfrogs Eddie. Eddie then slides outside. Malenko flies to the outside on Eddie and told him, and then got him. And then Benoit suicide dive, but Eddie moves out of the way and Benoit connects with Malenko on the outside, his own partner. Then Eddie is up with Mr. JL with cross body to Benoit on the outside. They're all flying everywhere, all 4 men. Malenko and Eddie tie up in the ring, and Guerrero off the ropes hits a flying arm drag takedown. Malenko gets up and hits a drop kick to Dean. By Dean. Spinning neck breaker, and Mr. JL checks in with Eddie Guerrero, who Irish whips him and assists him to the corner. Sort of like a Hardy Boys maneuver where he lifts him up and he cross bodies him in the corner. I believe that's called Whisper in the Wind by them, the Hardys. JL slides suplex by Malenko. There's a fight in the back. The Shark and Scott Norton, at least they're splitting the screen to show this fight. When Guerrero took on Malenko, they did the full screen to Hogan instead of the split screen. Now they do a split screen, so it looks like they're learning and they're knowing that this is a good match. A lot of moves happened in this one. I did play-by-play for the next 2 paragraphs, but you guys get the picture. It's a really good wrestling match. Eddie and Mr. JL win against Benoit and Malenko at 10:03. Excellent tag match. Eddie caught in control as the fans got to their feet. Malenko, I'll just read the end. Malenko clotheslines JL and Eddie Guerrero charged at Benoit as both go to the outside. Malenko hits an inside cradle against him, and Mr. JL wins it for him and Eddie Guerrero. So an inside cradle got reversed, and then they got the victory. So I rated it 3.5 stars. Excellent tag match. Pillman comes out after the match attacking Eddie Guerrero. And then Pillman, doing the 4 while he does that. Then we had Luger and Sting taking on Harlem Heat with Sister Sherry. Booker T and Stevie Ray come to the ring with Sister Sherry. Now Luger and Sting are great friends, and they come to the ring together. Quick action, just like the last match. Clothesline for Sting to Stevie Ray. Back from a commercial, Luger gets punched by Booker T in the ring. Sting comes to the ring to rake the eyes of Stevie Ray. Booker T on the outside. Luger gets attacked by Ray. Then Booker T in as the Heat make frequent tags, cutting off their half of the ring, making Sting want the hot tag. He doesn't get it yet, though. Harlem Heat just tore on Luger with frequent tags, cutting off their half of the ring, isolating Luger in the corner. A scissors kick by Booker T to Luger. Booker T and Stevie Ray get a near fall. Harlem Heat almost victorious there. They break down Luger, and Ray hits Lex with a sleeper hold. Luger powers out eventually, but Ray drops him with a sidewalk slam. Booker T comes off the top, but Luger dodges and hot tags in Sting, who goes off, and the crowd go crazy as he clotheslines Harlem Heat, hits him with a flying elbow. Then a Stinger splash in both corners to both members of Harlem Heat, and then a Scorpion Deathlock. But Ray hits a side kick to Luger. Harlem Heat double team Luger with a suplex. Sting from the top clotheslines Booker and gets the 3 behind Ray, who didn't see him, covering Booker T. At 8:02, Luger and Sting victorious over Harlem Heat. So another fast-paced tag match. That was good. 2.5 stars for that one. Giant comes out and chokeslams Sting. So now Giant has chokeslammed all of the faces. Savage, Luger, Sting, and Hogan, of course. Because Savage in an earlier promo the week before went, "How come Giant hasn't chokeslammed you, Sting? What about it?" And so now Sting's chokeslammed by the Giant. So Savage will stop being paranoid now. That's Sting called him. Sting called him paranoid weeks before. Well, why the Giant hasn't chokeslammed Sting? Hogan points out to the Giant, and the fans go crazy as the Mega Powers come to the ring. Savage and Hogan because the Dungeon of Doom came out to beat up Luger and Sting. So Savage and Hogan come out, and the whole roster clears out pretty much. The whole Dungeon of Doom characters come to the ring. Hogan and Savage take care of all of them in the corner. Security comes down. The fans are going crazy. It's a wild ending to Nitro. Security comes down, and the Dungeon of Doom has this iceberg thing by the stage, and right as Nitro goes off the air, it like explodes, and some character who's bald, some ice character is in there, and Bischoff just goes, "Who's that?" and it ends. It's so silly, this whole Dungeon of Doom thing. I'm glad they got away from that, and they went into the NWO the next 6 months later after this. I can't wait to get to those episodes, not just because it's the NWO, but because it's not the Dungeon of Doom. That's 2 of the reasons. There's more reasons, but that's 2 of the big ones. So last week I gave Nitro a 7.5 out of 10 as they lost to the WWF in the ratings, 2.6 to 2.2. Well, this week Nitro won the ratings 2.6 to 2.2, and I give this rating of Nitro a 7.5 out of 10. Outlooking the Dungeon of Doom stuff. If you take the Dungeon of Doom stuff out of there, it's a good episode of Nitro. We had the great tag team match between Eddie Guerrero, JL versus Benoit Malenko. We had a good tag team match between Harlem Heat and Luger and Sting. We had a good match between Kurosawa and Savage. Good promos by Hogan and company. Good ending with wild brawling. So 7.5 out of 10. That's the highest I've rated Nitro. I rated it last week 7.5 out of 10, and I give it another 7.5 out of 10. The only difference is they won in the ratings this week, 2.6 to 2.2, a 0.4 advantage over the WWF. It's the go-home show to Halloween Havoc, so it's a good quality rating for WCW. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to my channel if you're enjoying these reviews. You can watch them whenever you want. I got the Nitros archived. I got the Raws archived, so you can watch these reviews whenever you want. So yeah, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I'm Brett Mix for Nitro. We'll see you in the 8th week. That's it for now. I'm out.